Hello everyone and welcome back all of you in my YouTube channel. My name is Buddhi Vishwas and I am your SAP HCM trainer. So let's start with our new topic, employee attributes. So what is employee attributes and how to implement employee attributes, all these type of things we have discussed today. Okay, so one by one we have discussed. So first is employee attributes. So employee attributes are SAP standard status, means that you have to maintain for your employee subgroups. Means these are the status and these status are maintained for employee subgroup, like employee subgroup sub employees are active and they have a hourly paid or salary paid, and they also trainees, trained, apprentice. So these type of things we have maintained, these type of status we have maintained in employee attributes. Employee attributes refer to system generated or assigned characteristics that describe an employee current organizational and administrative status within the company. These attributes help determine how an employee is treated in various HR processes like payroll, time management, benefits, reporting. So there are three types of attributes status are: activity status, employment status, training status. So first, activity status. Consider employees. One is for active employees and second one is for inactive employees. For example, according to the SAP standard for active employees, give number 1. Okay. And for inactive employees like retiree, so give number 2. So this type of numbers are given by SAP for the status. For inactive, no, mainly for inactive, we don't have to maintain anything because we don't carry any data for the inactive employee, so it will be blank. Okay, you remember it. We maintain for mainly for active employees. It is not necessary that we maintain this for inactive employees. Okay, so activity status, it's for active employees give number 1, for a retiree or inactive employees give 2, early retiree give 3, part-time worker for retiree 4, and for others 9. So this type of status, this type of activity status number. Okay, now second one is employment status. So what is employment status? Here also three status. One is for salaried employees, second one is for factory workers or industrial workers like plant or factory employees, and last or another one is for government organization employees. Okay, we also call this civil servant. If we consider India, there is nothing for SAP in government organizations. We are only receive the project from companies. So that's why we maintain the salaried employees data for the company. In future, if government wants to use SAP, then government organization status will be used. Here you see status: industrial worker, hourly paid worker, salaried employees means monthly paid or annually paid, civil servant means government organization employees. So these are all the employment status numbers. Now training status. One is trained and another one is not trained. Not trained means it's your trainee or apprentice. So this type of, for trainees or apprentice give 1, for trained give 2, and for others give 9. So this is called employee attributes. So now what are the steps we use and how to implement all these attributes or employee status be implement or be configure? So using the same transaction code SPRO, and navigation path is SPRO, SAP reference IMG, personal management, personal administration, organizational data, organizational assignment, define employee attributes. Okay, so now Click on SAP login application. Now, now click on SAP S4 HANA. Okay. Enter your user ID and password. Okay, now use transaction code SPRO. Go to SAP reference IMG. Now go to personal management. Expand personal administration. Go to organizational data. Go to organizational assignment. Here you see two notes, both are same. Define employee attributes, define employee attributes. So which one I choose? So always choose first one, because second one is your by default, system by default or SAP by default. So always choose first one. Click on it. Now you see define work area or entity. Field number HCM localization. HCM localization is also called country grouping. Means where which country grouping you defined your employee subgroup. So we define employee subgroup in India 40. Okay, so HCM localization is 40. So enter 40 and click on continue. Now, now you see that we configure TCS active employee, TCS active employee, TCS contractual employees, TCS active employee, TCS permanent, TCS active employee, TCS trainees employees. So here you see these three employee groups and employee subgroups we have configured. Okay, now one by one we maintain activity status, employment status and training status. Okay, so now here you select activity status, right click on it. Now you see for help. Now you see the activity status can be set as follows: active employee, retiree, early employees, part-time work for retirees. So these are all the activity status number. You maintain these numbers, okay, for the subgroup. And you also find this number, like you select activity status, go to help. This is another way. Okay, now for active employees we select one. Okay, now go to employment status. In employment status, same, you right click and click on help. But now you see the employment status can be set as follows: industrial worker means factory worker, plant worker, machinery worker. Okay, hourly paid worker, salaried employees, civil servant. In India, government organization, employees or government sector, SAP not used. So this is not. And for industrial worker or factory workers, now salaried employees. In India, mainly companies give salary to the employees in monthly basis or weekly basis. So we select salary employees for the employment status. Okay. So enter 2. Now click on training status. In training status, we select training status can be set as follows: uh, trainee and apprentice or trained. Trained is fully learned and it is full-time worker, and trainee and apprentice, it is intern. Trainee means as an intern they are working, apprentice is the same. Okay. So here we have permanent and contractual. So permanent and contractor basis we use trained as 2 number. Okay. And for trainees use 1. Okay, as an intern like. So there is intern, maybe industrial intern and corporate intern, and as a student as intern, as a fresher and intern. So there are many types of intern. Okay. And trained is permanent, contractual. Okay, these are already learned what is all the things. Okay. Now for contractual employees 2, for permanent employees also give 2, for trainees give 1. So after assigning all these values, always remember save it. Now click on save it. Now your functional TR is same. Okay. Click on continue. Now your data was saved. Here the status is show, and you also see again here enter 40 and continue. Now you see for TCS active employees 1 1 1 2 2 2 2 to 1. Okay. Yeah. Here you also see that base active employees and base inactive employees, one employee who is maintaining this type of data, and here he is maintain only active employees and not inactive employees. Okay. So that's why I am telling you that we not maintain for inactive employees, because we know we don't need anything for inactive employees. Okay. So that's why we not maintain.